race fans, the month of May is here. This is always my favorite time of the sporting season, and a lot of it has to do with arguably my favorite place outside of Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, and that is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You might right now hear the sweet sounds of Indy cars traveling around the most historic racing capital of the world, and that is IMS. That's where I'm at, and you know what? Today, I'm dressed pretty sharp because tomorrow I'm gonna have to dress down a little bit to get myself inside of an Indy car and race with arguably the greatest racing driver of all time. And that man is Mario Andretti. Might be 82 years old, still going 180 miles plus per hour around IMS, and he's gonna give this reporter right here an exclusive look inside an Indy car by taking him around this most historic track. So stay tuned. Coming up next is Bobby C, Mario Andretti, right here at IMS. This is the first day of practice for the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indy 500, later this month, in the month of May. And I just wanted to show a little bit about what this track looks like. It is 2.5 miles. You can see the pagoda behind me right there. It is an absolutely massive structure, 2.5 miles of track. It'll be 500 miles of racing, 200 laps, 33 drivers, and only one winner. That's an insider look at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Indy 500 coming up later this month on Memorial Day weekend. So my journey begins to the Speedway here a little after 7 in the morning. And yes, I could not sleep last night, so I'm exhausted. I haven't had coffee yet. And I'm walking to my fresh ride here this morning in this, a 2020 Mustang. It's beautiful, 55 years of the ponies when they came out with this one. So I've been trying to gear up for the speed by racing this around Indianapolis. A little more dressed down this morning, and I decided to wear my Formula One Drive to Survive, shout out to them, jacket, because, you know, probably best not to have a suit on underneath my race suit. Yeah, gonna be dressed down a little bit more comfortable here. And I think it is basically the moral of the story as well, drive to survive. Hopefully everything goes well. I'm coming around this little roundabout here, and in just a moment on my left, you will see IMS. This is where all the magic happens, the Indy 500, and we'll be entering in through gate number 2. Yes, indeed. We're actually driving under the speedway right now as we enter in. You can see the museum, very, very cool. So big shout out to the IndyCar Experience. You can check it out here. They are the ones that have the fastest seat in sports. You can see that hashtag, the Firestone tires. Really, really excited. Gotta admit, I'm pretty nervous too. Some puddles on the ground at the speedway. It's gotta be dry in order for us to do this experience. So we need the weather to hold up, we need the track to dry, and then we'll have 180 miles per hour here at IMS. It's official. I've signed my life away. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Check out this race suit. Very, very cool. This, of course, protects you when you're in the car in case of anything. We're getting close to game time. most unbelievable experience. Mario, that was the ride of a lifetime for me. When we had you on the show, we talked about one of your first books, What's It Like Out There? Now I have a true sensation, or at least a small sensation, of what it might really feel like. For you, what is it like to continue to do this, and how much fun is it to see the smiles on the faces of race fans after having this two-seater experience?
Well, I always look at win-win situations, and something that I enjoy very much doing. And also, if the passengers come away with a smile, they have a new appreciation for our sport, that's another win. So yeah, I'm just happy to be able to do it, and again, keep doing it.
Everybody here at the track always says just how great an ambassador you are for motorsports, and especially IndyCar. You've talked many times about how IndyCar really is the best series.
Yes.
You know, what is it like maybe to pass along some of that fandom to people? Because I think a lot of people don't still know about it. It's a growing sport, but a lot of people still don't know about how great IndyCar is.
Well, that's the point. I think you need to experience it one way or another, just watch it on TV or whatever, to realize competitive, how actually attractive it is and how it draws in fans, because it's easy to pick up your favorite driver, so to speak. You have a lot of new talent, and I mean really good kids. I mean, they represent the solid future of the series and the sport itself. And yet you have veterans that are still young enough, to really get it done. So again, you got the best of both worlds, and when you have the product, you have the product. I don't think the Indy series has to do anything better than what they're doing, quite honestly, except maybe just do everything possible to expose it. But even this program that we have, the Indy Experience, I don't know a better way to showcase the sport, mainly because you will never really experience that. Even if you go to driving school, you'll never go that quick, and so on and so forth. So again, a lot of good stuff here, and just happy to be part of it.
This is just absolutely the most awesome experience I've ever had in my life. What is it like day after day to be able to provide these kind of experiences to race fans?
So what's exciting about what we do is we do it at the highest level. Obviously using Dallara chassis, we use our own Honda and Chevy engines that we've detuned just a little bit, just so that we stay in the 180 mile range. But using the real chassis, the real engines, obviously Firestone tires, to provide something like this, the background behind it is a lot more in depth than people believe. We're just like a real race team. The cars are prepared for safety first and foremost, but prepared just like a race car. Every 2,000 miles we put a new engine in. Obviously, if you were out there watching in the event, there's an issue with the tire, all 4 tires come off, a new set comes on. So to do it at the highest level, at the safest level, and here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you have to do it like this.
That was the most incredible experience a reporter could ever possibly have, especially one that is as big a race fan as me. Shout outs are definitely in order. Got to give a shout out to Angie. Got to give a shout out to Shonda and Scott at the Indy Racing Experience. You guys got to check that out. Definitely have to give some shout outs to Mario Andretti's PR people, Patty and Amy, and of course the legend himself. And then back home, how about some love for my camera guy, my editor, my paisan, my colleague, Chris Pusateri, for always making everything look so great. Hopefully you guys love the footage at home, and definitely also want to give a shout out to my big boss, Michael Max Nobby, because BronxNet is the place where dreams are made.